Hello, fellow people of the Earth. I am Day50 from Runetooncraft Productions, and welcome to a new episode of my Runescape Let's Play. This is the Giant Recipe for Disaster quest guide. This is included with all of the subquests, including the start and every boss fight at the end. Also a Monkey Gree guide to get the 3 Greegrees that are required for the Monkey Ambassador subquest. And yeah, it's all stuff like that. And this actually took, this is all recorded within this year. So it was recorded. Took a year of recording, pretty much since August of last year, so probably just because I was lazy and didn't get the requirements for some of the subquests until, like, yesterday. But, here it is anyway, so I hope you guys enjoy. Hello, fellow people of the Earth. I am Day50 from Runetooncraft Productions, and today we are going to be doing a recipe for disaster. That is a big Grandmaster quest, and yeah, we're going to be this is going to be quite a different kind of layout than a normal Let's Play layout video would be, because we're going to be kind of splitting it up. We're going to be doing the start, then we're going to be doing all of the different subquests, and then the end. And it's going to be very split up, and it's going to be recorded very scatteredly. So it's not going to be a general Let's Play type of quest. Anyway, type of video. Go ahead. To start this quest, you're going to need an Eye of Newt, some ashes, a rotten tomato, a fruit blast, and Green Man's Ale. The other requirements is completion of the cook's assistant. And there are tons of other requirements for all of the other subquests, but as I said, it's going to be a kind of a different type of quest guide where we're going to be going through the requirements of each subquest. But to start the quest, this is what you need. Go ahead and talk to the cook under Lumbridge, or in the Lumbridge castle, and ask if he has any quests for you. Alright, so the fruit blast, I forgot to mention, has to be made yourself, and that can be made with a cocktail shaker and the ingredients that you can find by talking to Blurberry, who is in the Tree Gnome village. In fact, he'll give you the ingredients for your first one, so if you want, you can just use those. So you have to make it yourself. You can't use the pre-made one. If you right-click in it, it will say fruit blast, and it won't say pre-made fruit blast. So if you use ashes on the fruit blast, you get a dirty blast. And once you have an Eye of Newt, a rotten tomato, a dirty blast, and Green Man's Ale. By the way, the Green Man's Ale, I actually bought this from the guy in the watchtower. Once you've completed the Horror from the Deep, there are many other places you can get this, but that was the easiest one for me. So you can talk to him once you have all the ingredients. And then you would have completed another cook's quest, which is the first subquest for the Giant Recipe for Disaster quest. And then he'll ask for you to go into the dining room. Now I'm going to record this cutscene, which is going to act as a kind of lead on to like all the rest of the subquests. So I'll just turn all this on, and I'm going to mute myself for this. Here we go. And there it is, folks, the Recipe for Disaster cutscene. Welcome to the quest, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun with this one. It's kind of a long quest, a lot of sub-quests, but it is by far the biggest quest in Runescape, so have a lot of fun with it. Alright, so it's time to start our first sub-quest, and I'm going to kind of go in order of this table. The video is going to go in order around this table. So, first of all, we're going to do the dwarf sub-quest. So, to start, we're going to want to inspect the dwarf. Once you've inspected him, as you'll find out, the gypsy says that the father of this dwarf is under White Wolf Mountain, and to get there, there are two routes we can take. We can either go through Camelot, which is easier for me, the phone is ringing in the background, and go east, or we can go around to the other side and just south of the Heroes Guild. Sorry about the phone, but I'm going to use this because this is the quickest route for me. So once you enter here, and this may be different from the other side, but from each side you're going to want to go through the tunnel, and in the middle there should be a bar, and in there we should find an old dwarf, who is in fact this dwarf's father. Here is, we can go ahead and talk to that dwarf. Alright, so he does mention the Rising Sun, which is a bar in Falador, so I'm going to go ahead and teleport to Falador, and enter the Rising Sun right here. I'm going to want to talk to one of the barmaids here, so it doesn't really matter which one, and ask, what can you tell me about dwarves and ale? And you'll need to offer her 200 gold. So once she gives you the recipe, you're going to want to buy 4 Asgardian ales from her, and that requires talking to her 4 times and going through everything. And then you're going to want to add a coin to all 4 of them. And that gives you Asgardian ale. And now once you have 4, you want to go back to the tunnel under the White Wolf Mountain and talk to Rohak. So as you can see, the old dwarf that we talked to before, his name is now Rohak. So go ahead and give him a drink. So you're going to have to talk to him 4 times until he gives you the recipe. Then eventually, after several beers, he gets really drunk. Alright, now at this point you're going to want to wear the icy gloves, and you're going to want to give Rohak the bucket of milk. And he'll start making it. Actually, it gives him everything automatically, I guess. This is Rohak baking. And then you can take the dwarven rat cake from the table. And you want to pick it up with the icy gloves. Make sure you have gloves on. Or, icy gloves are best, any gloves work. Now, if you're wearing normal gloves, you're going to have to wait for the rock cake to cool down for like a day. So icy gloves are very helpful. Just so you know, that's why I'm wearing icy gloves and not any other type of gloves. So as per all the subquests in Recipe for Disaster, we're going to end it by giving the food to whoever we are giving it to. So we're going to be giving it to the dwarf. And we have saved the mountain dwarf, and we are rewarded 1 quest point, 1,000 cooking XP, 1,000 Slayer XP, and increased access to the Culinaromancer's quest chest. Yeah. Cool. So, there it goes. So that's it for this subquest. Now we're going to go into the next subquest. Alright guys, it's time for the second subquest, third subquest, I guess, technically. But we're going to be doing the goblins, and I'm going to invite Alex to you guys, or invite you guys to Alex. Alex is here.
humbly accept your invitation.
He's just gonna be here in the background for a few of these, but he might actually be doing one with us as well. But we're gonna be doing the goblins. So first of all, um, you're gonna want to inspect the goblins. All right. So once you've inspected the goblins, you're ready to do the subquest. And the items or the quest, the only quest required for the subquest, which is a very easy quest, is the Goblin Diplomacy quest. And the items required for this quest is bread, which you can easily make by buying a pot of flour and a bucket, filling that with water, and using it onto each other to get bread, and then or bread dough, and then cook that on a range to get bread. An orange, which can be bought from Tree Gnome Stronghold. A knife, which I mean is obtainable anyway. So I actually looked up to another guide to see what type of dye is needed, just for people that are wondering. The guide I was using said that you needed a dye and didn't specify a type of dye. But now I think about it, it makes sense, really. But you need a dye that is not red, yellow, or orange. So we used a purple dye. Spice you can buy from the Culinaromancer's dress. One fishing bait, a bucket of water, and some charcoal, which can be bought from Shiloh Village. And then you're ready. Once you have all these items, go ahead and head to Falador and go north and follow the western route until you get to Goblin Village. Alright, so go ahead, once you get to Goblin Village, go ahead and talk to the generals first. Alright, so go into the next building after talking to them and climb down the ladder. Alright, so talk to the Goblin Cook, first of all. Alright, then go ahead and use the charcoal on the Goblin Cook. Then you will see a quite hilarious cutscene. And here it goes. I'm watching the Goblin cutscene right now.
They sure know how to make you laugh.
Hear what? Now they're shaking too. And there it goes. And you're shaking in the corner, and there's a huge crater, and Mud Knuckles is in the wall. It worked. It did. Okay, so go ahead and talk to him again now. Okay, so what we have to do now, we have to get some orange slices first, so go ahead and use your orange on the knife, make sure not to eat the orange, and slice the orange into slices, make sure not to eat the orange slices. You want to use the spice on the fishing bait to get spicy maggots, yeah. And then you want to use your bucket of water on the bread to get soggy bread. And now you have to talk to Goblin Cook again, and you're good. Or you can just use one of the ingredients on the Goblin Cook. Never mind, you actually can't. You have to talk to him. Oh, I'm sorry. There's one more thing you have to do with the orange slices. You have to use a dye on it. Oh. Oh, you actually need purple dye, which I did not know, because this quest guide just said you need dye. I didn't actually specify a type of dye. So, to get purple dye, you can go to Ardagen. I'll actually show you the exact spot you can get it. You want to go west through here. So you want to cross the bridge into the West Ardagen area and just go south down here. This is what, I mean, this isn't actually the West Ardagen town, but yeah. And then once you go over here, you should be able to go west again, right down here, and you'll find some purple dye on the ground. Now if you pick that up and use the purple dye on the slices, you'll get a dyed orange. Now you can go back to the Goblin Cook and give him the ingredients. So once again, once you have all the ingredients to complete the subquest, well, sort of complete the subquest, talk to the Goblin Cook and say you've got the ingredients you need. Alright, so go ahead and use the Slop of Compromise on the generals, and you have completed the Goblin mini subquest. Freed the goblins.
I really don't think you should get cooking XP from that quest because that What you made is not food.
It's not. It's a slap of compromise.
This is a lot.
Anyway, that's it for this sub quest. Let's go on to the next one now, shall we, Alex?
I think that works.
Okay. Alright, guys, it's time for the next sub quest. We're going to be doing the Pirate Pete one. I'm not really sure why we skipped him. I just kind of like happened. But go ahead and inspect him to start it. Alright, so now go ahead and exit the time paradox or whatever it is, time bubble. And then talk to the cook out here. And say, protecting the pirate.
These stupid fit.
Sorry about that. Alex was having a bit of a moment there. You want to apologize, Alex? Or
I'm sorry.
anyway, the items that you need for this subquest is raw cod, which we will fish in a second, pestle and mortar, bread, right here, a knife, right here, a fish bowl, which you can use a glass boiling pipe on molten glass, and then get yourself a fish bowl. There you go. A needle, and 3 bronze wire, which you can make with 3 bronze bars. Don't we just love bronze wire, Alex?
Bronze wire is literally my favorite thing ever.
Like, I just like taking bronze wire and covering myself in it all the time.
That sounds weird, but I'm not gonna judge.
Alright, so if you have 23 fishing, you can get raw cod by taking a big fishing net and netting at a spot that is net harpoon. You'll get some raw bass, but you will also eventually get some raw cod, which is what you need for this quest. You don't necessarily have to fish it yourself, though. You can actually buy it from someone else. There we go. I got some leather boots, raw mackerel, and there's the raw cod that I needed. I believe, actually let me check. I don't think you can buy it from this guy. Nope, it's like out of stock all the time, but yeah. You can just fish it or buy it from someone else. So to get the ground cod, use the pestle and mortar on the raw cod. Never mind. We have to talk to the cook first. So one thing I forgot to do when you were talking to him is go through all of the menus about how to get the certain things. So where do I get ground cod? Where do I get ground kelp? Where do I get giant crab meat? Ground giant crab meat? Where do I get breadcrumbs? I think there's one more thing I just forgot that I accidentally clicked. Oops. Previous. Pirate. Nope, I went through all of it. And you say, what did I do with all of it? Now you can use the raw cod and pestle and mortar to get ground cod, and you can use your knife on the bread to get breadcrumbs. Alright, so now before you go, make sure that your weight is under 27 kilograms, and mine's 11 right now. And you can't use your head or your cape to lower your weight at all. So go ahead and use any method you want to get to Port Khazard. I'm going to be chartering a ship. You can also you can use any port in Runescape to charter a ship to Port Khazard, but you can also teleport to Tree Gnome Village and walk to Port Khazard. But yeah, just get here any way you want, really. And you'll want to go over here and talk to Murphy right here. Alright, so talk to him again, once you've talked to him. Actually, no, use the... Or no, yeah, I guess that works. And, hold on a second. Alright, yeah, go ahead and say, yes, let's go diving. Alright, so when you're down here, go ahead and pick some of the kelp, first of all. Then you want to look for a crab pen to the north. Talk to Nung, who is right over here. Alright, so now head to the entrance to the Big Skippies cave. Mud Skippers cave, as they're actually called.
Big skippies.
Yeah, little skippies. Which is right over here. And there are a bunch of rocks nearby, so go ahead and take 5 of them. 1. 2. No, let's just take 5 of them. Alright, so once you're in the cave, you're able to walk normally because you have the rocks. And you're going to want to kill 5 level 30 mud skippers and 31 to get hides. So go ahead and kill 5 of them. I will actually have to clear up a little inventory space here. I'll just drop my glass blowing pipe. I have many of those. So get 5 mudskipper hides. Alright, so once you have 5 of them, go ahead and exit the underwater cave. Oops. I was trying to drop something else. What can I drop? I'll drop my tinderbox. Oh, you're swimming. Alright. So now go back over to Nung by the entrance of the crab pen and talk to him. Alright, so if you have the needle and bronze wire in your inventory, I'll just go ahead and talk to Nung again. So now go ahead and go through the door, fight a weapon, and kill some of the crabs to get some crab meat. I would take some multiple crab meat because there's a chance that you may fail unless your name is Alex and you have a lot of good luck. Kind of stuff.
That's me.
So I'm gonna take just a few here. Like 3 should be good, I think. You only really need 1, but just in case we do fail, I'm gonna, you know, make sure. And then once you have 3 of them, you can, or as many as you want, I guess. Go ahead and go through the pen door. And then go south and climb up the big chain at the end there. Alright, so go ahead and now use the kelp on the pestle and mortar to get some ground kelp, and use some crab meat on the pestle and mortar to get some ground crab meat. And it will grind all the other ones that you collect as well as if you collected multiple of them. Alright, so now you can go back to the cook and use the ingredients on one another. Actually, talk to the cook, sorry. Go talk about protecting the pirate. And then you'll go through this. Alright, so now go ahead and use the ingredients and you'll get a raw fish cake. Now if you cook this on a range, you'll get a cooked fish cake, and if you burn it, you'll have to get all the ingredients again. So hope that you didn't burn it. I was lucky. Now go ahead and go in here. Do not eat the cooked fish cake, but use it on Pirate Pete. And then you've completed this subquest, the Pirate Pete subquest, and we freed Pirate Pete. So this gives us 1k cooking XP, 1k fishing XP, 1k smithing XP, and 1k crafting XP. And access to the Mogre camp, and increase access to the Culinaromancer's chest. Culinaromancer? Is that how you say it?
Culinaromancer's chest. It's like culinary, but
Culinaromancer.
Culinaromancer, whatever.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Now we're going to go to the next subquest. Alright, so now we're going to do the Lumbridge Guide 1, and we'll do Scratch later. But here's the Lumbridge Guide 1. So inspect him. Alright, so before we go to the guy in Wizard's Tower, we're going to go ahead and go and get the requirements that we need for this subquest. First, let's talk about them. The requirements, as far as quest requirements go, is completion of Big Chompy Bird Hunting, Biohazard, Demon Slayer, Murder Mystery, Nature Spirit, Priest in Peril, Witch's House, and Restless Ghost. It's a lot of quests. A lot of them were pretty easy quests that you need for other quests anyway. And as far as the simple actual item requirements, it's a bucket of milk, an egg, flour, and a cake tin. Just like you were making a cake. So very easy requirements in that respect. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get to the Wizard's Tower. Way I know of getting there is, well, I guess you could just use a glory to Draenor Village. It's probably the easiest from this place. Let's go ahead and use the glory on Draenor Village. You can also use a fairy ring code. I forget the exact fairy ring code to get to the other side of the Wizard's Tower, but that seems like the easiest way anyway. Alright, so if you enter the Wizard's Tower and go to the 2nd floor, you'll find Triborn in this room over here. Go ahead and talk to him. And he's going to go through a quest with you. And the people, he's going to pretty much, you're going to be shown a few people, and you're going to have to answer them based on the quests you've done. So these are all the results here of the people. This is thanks to the Runescape 2007 Wikia page for the Recipe for Disaster. So thanks to that for that list. So let's go ahead and ask about helping the Lumbridge Guide. So talk to him again, because all the stuff is on your inventory already. Alright, so these are the people that I'm gonna be getting. And that, to me, looks like King Lathis. And that's King Lathis. It's like a game show. Alright. Next person. In the egg. Who is that person? I think it's Ali Morrison or whatever. Ali, yeah. Third and final character. And I showed you the list before, so you can go back there and pause here. I'll show it again right there. Alright, so that was Gertrude. Congratulations! That's correct. And I taught him again. Alright, so now we're going to be asked another quiz, and once again, these are the questions from the 2007 Wikia, all listed here, so you can pause here to get the results of all of the questions you'll be asked. Alright, so I got the one about glass. Question 2. How much DP is Bribe Garden, the Troll Gate? That's 10. I'm going to go to question 3. A glass vial is 33, as a glass orb is to 46. Alright, so the last thing's a memory test. So the best thing to do for this is take a picture of it. And I can just take a picture using the Bandicam recorder. And here we go. So let's go ahead and talk to him again. Pot of flour. Here we go. Nice. Say, quiz me. Show selection violence. When you start with the selection, you have to answer 3 questions correctly in a row. Alright. I take a picture of it. Yep, here it is. So I've got a picture of it right here. So this is Chef's Delight, Wolfbane, Floated Toad. Alright. What item began with the letter N? Yeah, Mind Talisman. Second set. Alright, so now you need to take another screenshot if you want. So let me go ahead and do that quick. Take a screenshot. Here we go. Ball, flypaper. Cool. Alright. Which of the following answers was not shown to you? Onion seed was trout. Potato seed, yes. Cadabra berries, yes. Herring, yes. Yeah, it was trout. Third and final set. Alright. Take another screenshot, Rooney. Light mead, book bounce, death talisman, pike, trout, death talisman. Look cool. I never seen that before. I'm going to moonlight mead, law rune. Nope. Silverlight, druid pouch, sapphire amulet. No. Cider. Nope. Yew logs, pike, chaos talisman. Nope. Guthix prayer book, magic logs, pike. Yes. All right. Cool. Alright, he will give you the enchanted egg, enchanted milk, and enchanted flour. Now use all the ingredients on the cake tin to get a raw guide cake. Now go ahead and use this on range in the cooking place here, and you can get a guide cake. Let's see. I don't think, maybe you can burn this. That would suck actually if you did. Also, I didn't, yay. I'm not sure if you can burn that. If you can, that would kind of suck, but cool. We got a cake of guidance imbued with knowledge itself. So now I want to, use the cake of guidance on the Lumbridge guide. And now we've completed the Lumbridge guide part of this quest. So we've completed the Lumbridge guide sub-quest. That's 2500 cooking XP, 2500 magic XP, 1 quest point, and increased access to the Culinaromancer's chest. Cool. Alright guys, so now it's time to do the Awowogei part of the quest, the sub-quest. So go ahead to start it, inspect, scratch, Awowogei. Alright, so to go over with some of the requirements you need for this quest, this sub-quest, you need level 41 cooking, yep, you need level 20 fire making, yep, we need the completion of big chompy bird hunting, which is why we're talking to Rants. Some requirements, item requirements is an axe, a few raw chompies, which you will get, an iron spit, which we will get, any kind of logs, I think that's even normal logs, which we will get, tinderbox, ogre bellows, which you got from big chompy bird hunting, any pickaxe, and a ball of wool, which you will get, and an ogre bow and ogre arrows, which we also have. So let's go ahead and get some of the other items for this quest. First of all, some logs. We can just go ahead and cut down a normal tree in Lumbridge, just right out here somewhere. Alright, so we've got some logs. Let's go ahead and get our ball of wool. So let's go shear some sheep quick. Just over here, shear a sheep. Oops. And we get some wool, and we're gonna want to use that on the spinny thing, I forget what it's called, spinning wheel, yeah. I want to use the wool on that to get a ball of wool. So let's go ahead and spin it into a ball of wool quick by using it on the spinning wheel. There we go, ball of wool. What else do we need? We need a pickaxe, iron spit. Okay, so we can go and head to anywhere with an anvil. So let's go to Varrock. And then go west to this anvil and use the iron bar, an iron bar on anvil, which, I mean, you can get multiple ways to get an iron spit. And there we go. So now we just need to get the raw chompies. Alright, so let's go ahead and head to Castle Wars, or yeah, around this area, just however you want. You can also go to Yano, but Castle Wars is the easiest way. By using a ring of dueling, then you can go south past the ogres, and then just east a bit. And Rants should be over here. Sorry, east a lot. Alright, so when you're over here, go ahead and talk to Rants. Alright, so now you want to go to the southeast, and there should be a duplicate Rants over here. So talk to him. Alright, so he'll kick a tree over. You're going to use your axe on the old tree to cut the roots back. And then use it on the old tree again to carve it into a boat. And then talk to Rants again. Alright, so before we leave, we need to get some chompies. And if you remember from the quest Big Chompy Bird Hunter, bird hunting or whatever it was, we need to first of all go to a swamp where I forget where it was. Hold on. Ah, yes, right over here, this swamp pool here. And use the ogre bellows on the swamp bubbles to fill it up. And then use the ogre bellows on the toad. Cool. And then go over to the hunting area, which is by Rants. Equip the ogre arrows and the ogre bow. And then over around this area, you want to drop the bloated toad. Oh, okay. Guess I can hunt for chompies everywhere. I'll do it here. So go over here, or wherever, and wait for a chompy to come. Alright, so I just killed one. We can need to pluck the raw chompy for the feathers, and then we can take the raw chompy. And I'm going to go ahead and hunt one more by filling a bloated toad. I'm filling a toad with the stuff quick, and then placing it because I want to, just in case you burn one, you want to make sure. So let's go ahead and use the ogre bellows on the toad. Quick. Run over to a little safe here because there's a lot of wolves over here. And just drop the bloated toad. And then walk a bit away and wait for a chompy to come. So now we need to get to Karamja. And the one way that I know of is a... I think there's a fairy ring right here, and if you brought a Draymond staff, you can go ahead and wield it and use the fairy ring. There are many other ways to get to Karamja, but for the one that I just got from this guide that we can use is CKR. And that should get us to Karamja. Here we are. So you can see where I am right now. If we go ahead and follow the coast over here, we should be able to find the tree that the arrow flung into, that the guy shot, Rance shot. Should be over here. If you can see where this is opposite, should be over here somewhere. We'll look for it. Alright, here's actually where the tree is, where the arrow came. So if I look at my Orion world map, it's actually over here. So yeah, right here, you're going to want to make a fire with your tinderbox and logs next to the tree. It says make one here. Then use the skewered chompy on the fire and cook it. And then we should get a cutscene of Rance's children coming. From ages back, it smells-ish. Okay. Yeah, so now you can board the boat to get a to get a lift back to Feldip Hills. And here we are. And you can talk to Rance. Okay, now tell me how to make Ghibli. Alright, so first we're going to go to the west here. And we're going to... Let's just eat this chompy. And I'm going to keep that just in case I need it for like another quest, but I don't think I'll need the other one. There should be something we can mine here to get rock. I think it's over here. So we're going to go ahead and... Yep, here it is. I think. Hold on, let me figure this out. Yeah, you can mine a pile of rock here. And you should get rock. And then if you go back over to the swamp here, we want to use our Ogre bellows on a swamp toad. Alright, so now we actually want to use the... We need to get another bellows charge quick, so let's go ahead and use this on the swamp gas. Swamp bubbles. And then on the already bloated toad that we have, we want to use the Ogre bellows on it again. And you get a balloon toad. Alright, so drop the balloon toad. Right click and drop it. And then run north a bit. Equip your ogre bow with the ogre arrows. And wait for a jubbly to appear. There it is, the jubbly bird. Kill it. One more shot should do it. And there we go. We can now pluck the jubbly bird. And then take the raw jubbly. Cool. So that's a giant bird. We want to go ahead and go over to this ogre spit. And use the raw jubbly on the ogre spit. And you should get burnt. No, you shouldn't burn it. You have to do it again. There's a chance that you may fail. If that does happen, you have to get yourself another balloon toad. Looks like that thing just went flying, but yeah, we gotta do that whole thing again. We gotta get the balloon toad, and we gotta get the rock, and the wool, and yeah. So, oh well, but it happens. Alright, well, it took me 5 tries since the one you just saw. I know it's ridiculous, right? I even had an extra balloon toad here, which I'll just, I don't know, I'll just like, just release. Free the Fatsy Toady. Anyway, yep. Now we can go back to Lumbridge with our cooked jubbly. And give it to... Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't me. Give that to the guy. What's his name again? I forget what his name is. Zuglagui. Scratchuglagui. Back here. Make sure to right click use on the scratch. And we're good. We completed the Scratch Bone Crusher Uglagui subquest of Recipe for Disaster. We awarded 1500 cooking, woodcutting, ranged, and crafting XP, 1 quest point, and increased access to the Culinaromancer's chest, and I keep saying that different every single time. It is time for ceramic vase. I can't do this, Evil Dave, and I can't do Awowogei right now. So we're just going to go on to ceramic vase, and I think that Alex might be doing one of these. I'm not sure, but we're going to be doing ceramic vase. So first of all, let's inspect ceramic vase. Alright, so for the sub-quest, the quest requirements is you must have started the Legends quest, and you must be able to defeat a level 227 Black Dragon. So it's quite a requirement, but it is a requirement we are willing to meet. Alright, so some of the stuff that we can get as far as the actual items for this quest goes, just off the bat, is a bucket of milk, cream, so a pot of cream, raw sweet corn, which we'll get, a pot, any axe, which we have one right here, machete. If you've done Legends, that's how you get it. That's why we need to have started the Legends quest to get the machete. A Drayman staff and branch. A Drayman branch. Okay, we may have to get that during the quest, but I do have a Drayman staff. You need a pestle and mortar. Anti-dragon shield. Ice gloves. And a raw chicken. Do we have raw chicken? No, we don't. We'll just get one of those quick. Go ahead and talk to the cook before we go get the other requirements. And ask him about ceramic vase. Alright, so I just killed a chicken to get some raw chicken. Alright, so I managed to get some sweet corn by just buying it from a player. Okay, so we want to use the pot of cream on the milk to get a milky mixture. Then we want to take our raw sweet corn to a windmill with our pot. And if you don't remember where that is, you want to go north of Lumbridge as if you were going to Draenor, and to just follow the path till you get to. Follow the path as if you were going to Draenor until you get to the windmill, which is off the side of the road over here. Yep, if you go north, right here, you should get to the windmill. So what we want to do is we want to go through the door, up the ladder, and the ladder again. Use the sweet corn on the hopper. Go down the ladder. And use the pot. Whoops. Forget something? What did I forget to do? Oh, operate the hopper controls. And when you get down here, use the pot on the, and you get a pot of corn flour. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so now I want to go to the Khazari jungle, and a way that I know to get there is to charter a ship. That's why I like this ecto-file so much, is I can charter a ship to anywhere I want in Runescape. If you want the ecto-file, you can complete the Ghosts Ahoy quest, and then you get it for the reward for the quest. So I'm going to go ahead and charter a ship to Brimhaven from these trader crew members. Alright, then if you've completed Shiloh Village, you should be able to, or if you've completed Legends quest, I believe, you should be able to use this cart guy here, pay a fare to the cart guy to go to Shiloh Village. I'm not really sure. Pretty much what you want to do is you want to somehow get to the Khazari jungle with your machete and your axe. So once you get here, you can go ahead and go through the gates here, and you pretty much want to get outside right here somehow. And you can walk from Karamja all the way here from Brimhaven. Alright, so once you get through that by using your axe and your machete to get through the jungle bushes and jungle trees, you want to go ahead and head to the southwest corner of the Khazari jungle, which I'm going to do now. While I'm going to go ahead and use the pot of corn flour to get the corn flour mixture now. Hello there, jungle wolf. And you want to go ahead and search the vanilla plant here, and to get a vanilla pod, and add that to the corn flour mixture, and you should get a brulee. Alright, So now go ahead and if you have an Amulet of Glory, go to Draenor Village. If you don't, just get to Draenor Village any way you want. That's the way you need it. And then open the door here and talk to the wise old man. Now say you'd like to ask him something. And then say strange beasts and the evil chicken. Alright, so now you want to head to Xanaris, and I'm wearing ice gloves along with armor and an anti-dragon shield to defeat the evil chicken along with a black dragon, I believe. I'm not really sure. I'm using this Edgeville fairy ring to get to Xanaris. You can get there any way you please. And you want to head to around east of Xanaris, where you see there's a Slayer Master right over there. You want to go north a bit, and you should be in there should be a chicken statue. It's a chicken shrine. Now you want to use the raw chicken on the chicken shrine. Once you are prepared, of course. And it says you can see there's a black dragon right there. And go north. Beware of the black dragons, of course. And then kill the evil chicken that has his nest right here. I believe it does magic damage, so if you protect from magic, you should be fine. Looks so. Alright, so now I want to take the evil chicken's egg, and we'll just take the raw chicken's, chicken, because we may need that to enter the lair again, just in case. So now we want to use the evil chicken's egg on the brulee. And now I have a brulee. Okay, so if you don't have any Draymond branches from the... Draymond staffs don't work, but if you don't have any Draymond branches from the Lost City quest, I'm going to show you how to get those now, because I don't. I didn't get any extra ones. In fact, I did get extra ones, but I turned them all into Draymond staffs. Alright, so get to Port Sarim, however way you want. I'm going to be chartering a ship from Port Phasmates, as I did before, because we're going to be getting a Draymond branch. If you already have a Draymond branch, you can skip this part, but we don't, or I don't, so let's go ahead and go over to oh yeah, by the way, this is the stuff I'm wearing. I'm not wearing any armor or weapons because we can't bring any armor or weapons, so you want to go ahead and take boat. Instruments of death. What am I? Oh, it's the machete, isn't it? Shoot. Hold on, I have to bank this. Forgot to bank something. There actually is a little handy deposit box right here. So I'm going to deposit my machete. And now we can probably take a bit. What? Oh, one of my hammer? Is a hammer a weapon? Maybe it's that. Let's deposit that. Is it that? Hold on, let me figure it out. There we go. It was a Legends Cave. That's weird. Not sure why that's like armor. I guess it does give some sort of defensive benefits. That might be it. Alright. Anyway. I'm crossing the gangplank and we're gonna be getting... I forget where we're going now. Run to the east. Okay, yeah, we want to go to the east. And then north past the temple. I know where we're going now, I remember. Alright. Except we have to go around. Alright, so if we go to the west... sorry. If you go to the west, after you go on the other island, so I guess I can't show you now unless I know where Entrana is. Where is Entrana? On the world map. I forget where Entrana is. I think it's past the wilderness. Okay. Well, yeah, you just go north and then west. And then down here. And over here, you have to pass some greater demons. And then there's a tree here, and if you've done Lost City, should be able to just drop a branch from it. And oh, well, that's one thing. You need an axe, and the only way to get this on Entrana is by killing the zombies over here until it drops. They drop a bronze axe. This is a video by everyone. That's from Alex. I just got a bronze axe from it. So now I want to go over to the tree, and I'm gonna cut a few Draymond branches because I don't want to have to go back here and do this again. So, all right. So now grind the Draymond branch with a pestle and mortar, and you get cinnamon. Oh no, I didn't want to grind all of them. I do not want to grind all of them. Okay. I'm gonna drop the cinnamon here and cut 2 more branches. But use the cinnamon on the brulee, and now you get brulee. Hey. Alright, so now I'm fully armored up and everything again, and ready to fight a dragon. So you need a dragon fire shield and ice gloves. Make sure you bring your ice gloves. You will need those. Optional. Not optional. So go east of Xenorus again, and you want to use the raw chicken on the statue again. Hold on. Alright, so use the raw chicken on the chicken shrine. And kill one of the black dragons here. There we go. They do damage, by the way. Quite a lot of damage. That's why it's recommended to protect from melee against them. Well, to do that. Oops, I'm on pause so I can focus. Alright, I killed the black dragon. It actually took a lot longer than I thought it would, but these guys are pretty hard. So I'm gonna take everything. But you want the dragon token. Then you want to use the portal to get back here. And now you definitely want to wear your ice gloves, and you want to rub the dragon token. And the world will begin to fade. And here we are. Look at this guy's talking. And then you want to ask, please flame this creme brulee for me. And it will deal a lot more damage if you don't have ice gloves on. And then you have a Brulame Supreme. Alright, so now, right click, use Brulee Supreme on Ceramic Vase. And now, we have completed the Ceramic Vase subquest. And we have freed him and are awarded 4k cooking XP, 4k hit points XP, 1 quest point, and increased access to the Culinaromancer's chest. Awesome. Alright guys, it is time for the second most annoying subquest. Old Evil Dave. To start it, go ahead and inspect him. Okay, as we depart the room, the requirements for this subquest is 25 cooking, completion of Gertrude's cat and Shadow of the Storm, a kitten, cat, willy cat or lazy cat, and you can't use an you can't use an overgrown cat. That's the one thing you can't use, which sucks, which means you'd have to get another cat. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, alright. So go ahead and head over to Edgeville with a Amulet of Glory. Actually, no, one more thing we want to do. If you have a combat bracelet, go ahead and rub it and get to the Warriors Guild. If you have completed this and get the requirements for this, go ahead and enter and trade with the food store. I believe it's here. No, it's not. It's over here. Nope, it's the one next to it. It's the food store. You can trade here to get 10 stews. Go ahead and buy out the whole stock, because that could really help. And then go ahead and go to Edgeville. So Doris, who is west of the Edgeville Bank, is Evil Dave's mother. So go ahead and talk to her. So go ahead and go down to the basement and talk to Evil Dave. Alright, so go up the cellar stairs and talk to Doris again. Okay, So now it's time to catch some spices. So let's drop our kitten and chase vermin. And yes, so you have to chase a lot of vermin until you get a lot of spices. All right, cool. So once the cat gets one of them, you can take the spice it drops until you have all the colors, and you'll probably need more. This can take up to 30 minutes. It takes a long time for this stuff to happen. That's why it's one of the most annoying side quests. So start with just getting 6 of them, and then your cat will turn into a hellcat. So keep doing it until your kitten catches 6, or your kitten or cat catches 6 hellcats. Alright, I want to correct myself. Make sure you kill as many for you to get all the spices. So all 4 of the colors of spices. Alright, so here I have all 4 types of spices, but I don't have any, I don't have many of each of them. I have a lot of brown spice. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys, for brown spice, how you should handle brown spice, or how you should actually handle this whole game in general. So you're probably going to need a lot of stews, like a lot of stews. You might even need more than this. But we're going to add some brown spice to this spicy stew now. And then we're going to use the spicy stew on Evil Dave. Okay, so all the spices are wrong. Now, okay, so now we know that all the spices are wrong in that stew. So now we're going to add 2 doses of brown spice to the stew, and use the spicy stew on Evil Dave. Okay, so now we know that we need 2 brown spice for our stew. So write that down. Write down 2 brown spice. Okay? I get it written down right here. Now, this is different for each player. So that same tactic you're going to have to do multiple times. Now, if you've used both 1 dose and 2 doses on the stew for Evil Dave, and he said that he didn't like it, that means that it's actually 3 doses of that spice. You don't have to try out the 3 one to see if it's the correct one. It's definitely going to be 3 if the 1 and 2 don't work. So now we have to test out another spice. Let's go ahead and test out the red spice and use the spicy stew on Evil Dave. All the spices are wrong. Okay. Now use the red spice on the spicy stew again. All the spices are wrong. Now we know that we need 3 doses of red spice. So 3 red spice. Alright, so I need to collect some more red spice for that. Now let's use yellow spice. Yellow spice. Alright, now let's try 2 doses of yellow spice. Alright, so now we know that we need 3 yellow spice. So I'm going to need to collect 3 yellow spice. Now let's try orange spice. Alright, so now I know that I need either 2 or 3 orange spice, but I don't have enough spice to try that out right now. So, what I need to get now is I need to get 2 more red spice, 3 yellow spice, and I need a lot more orange spice. I don't really know how much yet, but we'll figure that out. Alright, so now I have the final untested amount of orange spice. So let's go ahead and use more orange spice, 2 orange spice on the spicy stew. Hold on. Alright, sorry, I just had to double check the footage quickly, but it looks like we need 3 orange spice. That was because I tried 1 before and tried 3 now. So together what I need is 2 brown spice, 3 red spice, 3 yellow spice, and 3 orange spice. So I need the most spices besides like 1. So let's take our stew here. This is gonna be our perfect stew. Okay, here we go. 3 red spice, or no, let's start from the top of the list. We need 2 brown spice. 2 brown spice, done. Check that off. Put a star there. 3 red spice. 1, 2, 3 red spice. We're done with that. Once again, I stress this is different for each player. 3 yellow spice. 1, 2, 3. Good. 3 orange spice. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Now do not eat it. Alright, now if it's right, he will not eat the whole thing. Right click, use the spicy stew on Evil Dave. Oh my god, really? Wow. So now I have to spend my time figuring out what I messed up with. Alright, so I figured out I messed up with red spice. So, I gotta get all the spices again, which took me a really long time. So yeah, that sucks. I need 2 red spice instead of 1. That's the problem. Alright guys, we're gonna make my stew finally. We've done all the tests and now we can make the stew, so let's add 2 brown spice, 2 red spice, 3 yellow spice, 1, 2, 3, and 3 orange spice, 1, 2, 3. Right click the stew, use it on Evil Dave. Yes! It's exactly. Alright, cool. Alright. So now we need to go and not eat the stew. And go to Lumbridge. I can actually use my home teleport at this point because it's been long enough. Oh my god, that was so painful. Let's see, yeah, I spent an hour and 40 minutes. Hour and 40 minutes getting spices. I can't tell you how many brown spice 1s I got during that time. Oh, okay. Let's go through the door. Here we go. Right click on the stew. Actually, I'm just going to expect Evil Dave. I'm not even gonna try and right click and use the stew on him. Alright. Okay, we've just completed the Evil Dave portion, which is kind of one of the, I'm gonna say it's the most annoying subquest. Would you say the same thing?
I would definitely say the same thing. I actually spent about 2 hours getting spices.
Yeah, and I spent an hour and 45 minutes.
I would definitely call that place the world's shittiest pantry because finding spices in there is the worst thing ever.
Mm-hmm. So
but on the bright side, I just finished my grind to 71 fishing and got my next elite clue scroll, and it's an easy one. It's just a cryptic clue, no requirements, no nothing. So we're good right now.
So let's wish for you get 3rd age, right?
We're not wishing. We're guaranteeing 3rd age. Everybody, you heard it. 2nd right here. I think the first time was in that the clip where I failed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The regicide.
We're gonna both be getting 3rd age amulets from this. So anyway, we've completed the Evil Dave portion of the Recipe for Disaster subquest. And this gives us the ability to make spicy stew, own a Hellcat, and access to the more access to the Culinaromancer's quest. Culinaromancers. Oops, sorry. So anyway, let's go into the final part, or the final subquest now. Alright guys, it is around a year after that last clip you just saw. It's been a while. I finally got the requirements to finish Recipe for Disaster. Now I just have to actually do it. So, the requirements, this isn't finishing it, this is just the final subquest before the actual final subquest, which is defeating the main guy. But this is the Awowogei section of this video. The requirements for this is level 70 cooking. Now look, how I have level 65 cooking. That is because we can boost it with spicy stew, which I will show you momentarily. So you can have 65 cooking and do this, which I will show you. And you need level 48 agility, which is unfortunately not boostable. So you need to actually have 48 agility and at least 65 cooking. So, other requirements is Monkey Madness and the Grand Tree and Tree Gnome Village, but that's kind of required for Monkey Madness, so I think you'd have those done. You also need to be able to defeat a level 84 Big Snake, so, I don't know, I brought a whip. I'll get to that part later. You'll also need, and this is the special requirements, we'll need 3 different types of Gree-Grees. You'll need a Monkey Speak amulet, a banana, some monkey notes, a rope, a knife, pestle and mortar, and some anti-poison. Now these 3 different types of Gree-Grees, you need specifically the Ninja Gree-Gree, the Gorilla Gree-Gree, and the Zombie Gree-Gree. Now I happen to have the Ninja Gree-Gree just because I liked it, so I killed a ninja and got it. I'm trying to remember exactly how I did it. I'm pretty sure there was probably like a ninja that was on the ground or something that I killed. I completely forget. Maybe I killed one of these guys. I think yeah. I think if you probably need to get like what is it? That spell that brings items to you. Telekinetic grab. Couldn't think of it. Probably need to get that and kill one of these monkey archers and get it. But anyway, right now I'm on Apatow. I'm right next to the magic stall, and there's 2-tab here. Trade 2-tab and buy some monkey talisman. I'm gonna buy 2 because I already have the ninja one, and I need to get the gorilla gree and the zombie gree. So, to get the gorilla gree, we're gonna have to get some gorilla bones. Now, if we go to the gorillas are actually located in the main Apatow building over here. And usually, if you're not an Iron Man, there's usually people here training on them in Busy World. So if I go ahead and switch over to maybe World 2, there might be some people killing some. Oh, wow, there aren't. Okay. Then this might be a little bit difficult. I do have a whip, so I guess we'll have to put the protection on and see if we can kill one. Alright, I got the monkey bones right here. So I'm going to go ahead and recharge my prayer here. Oh, I'm poisoned. I probably should have brought an anti-poison. Shoot. Alright, well, while we're here, let's go ahead and put on our ninja gree or whatever gree you have by default. Run over here by this trap door, and these monkeys annoyingly will actually block you from moving, which is really annoying. But you have to get over in front of that trap door, so you're going to have to wait till one of the monkeys moves. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Come on. Yeah, okay. Gotta get in front of it, then open up the trap door and climb down. Put on the protection and equip the whip and kill one of these monkey zombies to get their zombie bones. Because that's 2 of the gree-grees we need. So I have my ninja gree-gree. If you don't have a ninja gree-gree, make sure to put some ninja bones here. So you need to kill one of those ninjas up there, probably with range. I'm not sure, actually. I'll go check it out for you quick, because I completely forget how I did it. So anyway, here's my zombie monkey bones. I cannot use the gree-gree while in combat, really. How am I going to get out then? That's annoying. Okay, maybe I have to climb up these stairs and, yeah. Alright. Climb up the stairs. And then put on the gree-gree. Okay, so I just looked it up. To kill those ninja monkeys, you are going to have a ranged weapon. Or use magic or whatever you want to do. And you're also going to need telekinetic grab to get the bones. So if you're planning on killing those ninja monkeys, which you will need for the quest, that's what you're going to have to do. And I DC'd. Alright, I'm back in the game. It's been disconnecting quite a lot today, which means that I'm probably not going to go and do the instanced recipe for disaster ending. I would recommend not doing the recipe for disaster ending if the world is DCing, and it has been for a while. Because if you do and it DCs, I've heard people lose all of their items before in the instance world. And it doesn't always happen. It's just if the server drops in a certain way, you can actually lose all of your items in the instanced thing. So yeah, be careful. Alright, so we're going to run over to the trap door, which is over there. So that's where we're heading to. And this is going to send us into a little bit of a maze, which I will go ahead and speed you through, since it's probably been a while since some of you have done Monkey Madness. Or, I mean, you could have just done it, I guess, so you might not need this. But for those of you that do, here you are. So you have to go around this other side, go down, and I think there is a protection prayer. I'll go ahead and, at some point you're going to have to put on a protection prayer. Okay, I made it to the end. Bring food! I forgot to bring food, and I will probably make a note in the video saying bring food, because you need food. I almost died, and if it wasn't for this redemption prayer, I would have probably died. Well, I would have died, actually, so, yeah. So, anyway, when you get over here, you want to talk to Zukna. And say that you've, say, can you make another monkey talisman? And say, are you sure? Yes. And then you want to use a monkey talisman on them. And I'm going to use these monkey bones. Be really careful not to bury the monkey bones. And then he'll go ahead and do a spell. Alright, and there's the monkey gree for the zombie. And then I need another one. And say, can you make another monkey talisman? Yes. So, unfortunately, you do have to talk to him each time. Give him the talisman, give him the bones. And you'll have to do this again for your ninja monkey gree as well. And there you have it. I have all my gree-grees. I'm going to go ahead and teleport. Oh. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and teleport out because I did not bring the required things. Yeah, go ahead and teleport out now to anywhere you want to go. I'm just going to go ahead and go to Yanil Bank. Fun fact, if you use the Nightmare Zone teleport from the minigames tab, that'll take you right to Yanil, and there's a bank nearby. Okay, so we've got the gree-grees now. And if you just skipped that part and now you're here, welcome. This is the final part of the subquest. If you didn't, we now have all the gree-grees, and I'm going to go through the rest of the requirements we need. So, the requirements for the Awowogei part of this guide, or part of the recipe for disaster quest. The subquest is you need a ninja gree-gree, a zombie gree-gree, and a gorilla head gree-gree. Then you need one banana, a knife, a pestle and mortar, a monkey speak amulet, and if you're searching your bank for monkey speak and you're freaking out because you can't find it, it's M apostrophe speak amulet. You need a rope. Anti-poison is strongly recommended. I brought 2 antidotes here. You need 8 sharks, well, 8 of any food. Just bring food. You don't need specifically 8 either, just bring food. And super energies and prayer. You don't actually need sharks. I'm not sure why I said that. You need any food you want. So, if you inspect Awowogei here, so you need to feed King Awowogei's favorite dish. What's that then? Afternoon, I'm not sure. Maybe you should ask him. Ask a version of him on Apatol? Yes, of course. Alright. So, now we need to go to Apatol. So let's go ahead and go to Gnome Stronghold. Oh, sorry, there's one requirement that we will need to get at Apatol. So let's go ahead and bring out some coins, because you also need monkey nuts. So just bring like 1k coins as well, along with all your other things. And keep an inventory space open. Okay guys, so we've just gone over the gree-gree requirements, and if you skip that part and you're just joining me, welcome. It's time for the Awowogei section of the Recipe for Disaster quest. This is the final subquest I have before the actual main thing, so it's exciting. So anyway, requirements. You need 1 monkey gree-gree, that is a ninja monkey gree-gree. You need 1 zombie monkey gree-gree and 1 gorilla monkey gree-gree. Along with this, you also need a monkey speak amulet, a banana, a knife, a rope, a pestle and mortar. Monkey speak amulet, by the way, if you search your bank for monkey speak and you're getting kind of weirded out because you're not finding it, it's actually M apostrophe speak. I know it's weird. I'm not sure why they did that. Probably because it was too long otherwise. It's also strongly recommended to have some anti-poisons. And also bring some coins, because you'll need some coins to buy monkey nuts on the island unless you already have some monkey nuts. If you do, just bring the monkey nuts. Okay, so other level requirements. You need level 70 cooking and level 48 agility. The 48 agility is not boostable. The 70 cooking is boostable. So here I have with me the spicy stew set that you would need if you're boosting. I need to boost 5 levels, so I need to be a bit lucky, which is why I'm bringing 3 stews, and I'm spicing them up with 3 doses each. You've already seasoned a different stew. Oh, that's right. That's why I'm bringing them. Yeah. Derp. Okay. So you have to bring these stews with you because if you mess up, you're gonna have to like make other ones. You kind of have to be lucky, which is annoying, but hopefully we'll be lucky. Because if you have 65 cooking, you can boost 5 levels of a spicy stew. It's really really rare. So we're gonna try. You need 3 doses of the orange spice. So bring a bunch of orange spice and some stew. Okay, anyway, let's head over to Apatol by right-clicking on Darrow and clicking Travel. And then traveling with Wadar. And then with Lumdo, with a small little rowboat. Alright, and then when you get on the island, go ahead and equip whichever one of you're choosing. They're all just the same speed. The gorilla looks pretty mighty, so I'm going to use that one. We're going to run over to the front of the Apatil. We're going to go ahead and equip our Monkey Speak amulet, which we will need for this part of the quest. If you're wondering why I have a restore potion as well, sometimes the spicy stews can actually reduce the levels of some things, so that's just to restore them a little bit. Open the gates, a monkey wishes to pass. So we need to go over here to Awowogei's palace. He's even though he's frozen in the Recipe for Disaster world, he still exists in the real world. We just have to free him because, the whole time traveling thing. Yeah. So let's go over here. Oh, there's a little pass through there. Make sure you have the Monkey Speak amulet on. Make sure you have a Grigri on, although you probably know by this point. And then... Good, what do you want? As you wish. There you go. Alright, that was easy. And once you get in here, talk to Awowogei. Alright, so go ahead and exit this building now. I would like to leave now. There you go. Alright, so go over to the temple, which is north of Awowogei's palace thing. I'm not even sure what that is, to be honest. And there should be 3 monkeys. I think, yeah, these are them over here. Speak to these 3 monkeys. Oh god. Ask them if they know anything about the king's favorite dish. Okay, so now go ahead and run west if you don't have the monkey nuts yet. And trade this guy in the food store. And buy 1 monkey nuts. And there you go. And then run back to the monkeys. And don't eat the monkey nuts, but use it on one of the monkeys. They'll say, ah, monkey nuts, good work. Stop playing around. Trying to say something. I'll ignore him. Ah, I see. The wrong kind of monkey nuts. Ordinary monkey's nuts just won't do. There's a special type of monkey nut that grows in the island as a subtle and distinctive flavor that is hardly available of all monkeys food. They're called sticky monkey nuts and requires a very particular combination of soil and climate. Alright, while you're here, go ahead and use a banana on them as well. There's some pretty good Jagex humor here. This is one of the reasons I play this game, for the Jagex humor. Alright, so go ahead and wield your Gorilla Grigri, which is the one I have on right now, because we'll need the strength to pull down a red banana tree and get the banana. So we need to go west of here, and there should be a red banana tree. Here it is, right on the west coast. Don't exit Apatol, it's right on the west coast. Here I am on the map. And then go ahead and pick the banana tree, and you'll see a little animation. Wait, oh no, sorry, use the rope on the banana tree. There we go. That's how you do it. There's the animation. And then you have the red banana. Oh, and use a drop trick to get multiple of them. So go ahead and drop the red banana. And use it again. And I'm going to go ahead and do it 3 times. And since we know that these monkey nuts aren't well enough, we can clear up our inventory space. And the banana as well. Oh, yeah. So I used the drop trick. I'm going to go ahead and get the required stuff for 3 of these. So there's 3 bananas. And we can get rid of that banana. Alright, now put on the Ninja Grigri and go to the southern part of the Apatol town. Alright, go over to this agility course here. And once again, you cannot boost through this agility course. You are going to need 48 agility for this. Go ahead and jump over the stepping stone. and then climb the tree. And then swing across the monkey bars. Alright, and if you fail, you're going to have to do it again. Climb up this thing, and I failed. Okay. Do it again. And there we go. Oh, there's a fairy ring up here. I wonder if I can use that. That seems pretty useful, actually. There should be a hole. Looks like it's over here. Oh, yeah. You have to swing with the rope first. And then go down the hole. And here's a bush. You want to pick, and you get some monkey nuts. I'm going to go ahead and do the drop trick and get some more. I don't have much to drop, really, do I? I'm going to have to drop some prayer potions, which sucks, but oh well. Well, yeah, I don't need the rope anymore. So there's one thing. Or at least I don't. Let me just check. No, I don't need the rope anymore, so I can get, there's one, and I'm going to have to drop at least one prayer potion, so. Alright, so there's the monkey nuts, and then we'll climb up the exit. And then go ahead and use this, where's the hitbox? Oh, you have to click on the tropical tree, and then you'll climb down. Alright, so go ahead and run to the exit, and go over to the thing over here, where you initially arrived here, because you have to go to Crash Island. Alright, actually, before we leave here, I'm going to go ahead and use my knife on this red banana, and we're going to turn them into slices, and then we're going to crush the monkey nuts. Be very careful not to eat them. So yeah, you put them in the pestle and mortar, and then we have the red bananas and the nut paste, and yeah. We'll need those. Alright, so once you're over here, go ahead and remove your gree-gree. And then travel with Lumdo. Okay, here we are on Crash Island. We have to go over to this little dungeon over here. Probably gonna need some anti-poison for this part, and these guys really do hit hard. They're level 83. Yeah, hard as nails. Here we are. So you're gonna kill the big snakes. And pick up their snake part. Okay, this is where we can start actually saving some inventory space. So, if you kill one of the snakes, and since I'm making 3 of them, to be completely certain, I'm going to go ahead and drop one of the sharks, take the snake corpse, use the nut paste on it, and then use a sliced banana on it. Oh, it automatically did, okay. I was getting scared there for a second. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the other 3. You just have to use the nut paste and the sliced banana on it. Or apparently you only have to use one of them, and then it stuffs it automatically. Okay, and now I'm going to pick up the last snake corpse. I have 3 of them now. Use that on that, and then we have 3 raw stuffed snakes. So hopefully we don't fail 3 times. So there are 3 lucky things that have to happen to me. First of all, I have to get a level 5 boost for the cooking, and I also have to cook one of these successfully, so cross our fingers. Alright, so let's travel with Lumdo over here. Alright, and then let's put on our zombie gree-gree. That's what we're going to need now. Well, actually, to get over there, we're going to use our other gree-gree, because this is much faster. So we have to go to the main palace area of Apatil. Alright, once you get to the main temple, go ahead and put on your zombie gree-gree. Oh, of course, now there are people actually fighting the monkey guard. That's how it works. So, head over to that trapdoor that we went to before. And it's going to be difficult getting there because these things block you. Come on. There we go. Alright. Open the trapdoor. Climb down the trapdoor. Go down the bamboo staircase over here, and over here at this western part, there should be able to pass through this. Okay, yeah, you can keep going west. Of course, you can't run because you're a zombie monkey. but you'll need to be a zombie monkey so you can pass the hot coals, which you'll see in a second. Ow. Okay. Open. Wait a minute. Am I going the wrong place? And then in between the two bamboo stairs, there should be a crack in the wall. Go ahead and go through that. And then you're through the gap. Now, normally you wouldn't be able to pass these hot coals, but since you're an undead monkey, you can. Okay, so this is where we need to cook our snake. This is the moment of truth. I have my stew here, and if it gives me 70 cooking, then I'm going to use the snake. I'm going to right-click, use this, or actually I don't need to right-click, but I will need to right-click later, because otherwise I'll have any options. Here we go. 68 cooking. Ah, that sucks. All right. Well, let's go ahead and spice up another stew. How many doses? Needs 3, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. 68 again. Okay. I guess it's worth another try. This is it. This needs to work. And if not, I'll have to go get more stew. And probably more spice. Ah. Well, I'll be back with a bunch more stews. Okay, I only have 2 tries this time, so let's give this a go. Wow. Nothing. Something got up, I think, but it wasn't cooking. Okay. Here's my second try, because I don't have enough orange spice otherwise. I'll just have to get more spice if this is not going to work, but we'll see. Wow. Okay. Well, getting more orange spice. At least I do have a wily cat, so that should help out. Okay, so I have 6 chances here. Not that one. Okay. Let's go ahead and stew up, or spice up another stew. Wait. No, that was bad. Okay, that was a bad one. Drink a sip of restore. 2, 3. Oh my gosh. 6 chances. Already done 3 of them. Alright, here we go. Nope. Oh my gosh. 2 more chances. 2, 3. Nope. 1, 2, 3. No. Wow. Okay. We're back. I've got more tries. See how many have I tried so far? 9. I've tried 9 so far. Okay, this one's all spiced up. Okay, that was a bad one. I did not bring restore. I have to wait now. Okay, I guess it didn't take too long. Let's add 3 doses of the spice. Alright. Nope. Okay. Alright, here we go again. Alright, spice up this stew. Here we go, here we go. Alright, alright, alright. Is it gonna cook? It cooked! Dude! Alright, let's do this other one anyway, just because I want to see how lucky I'm gonna be. All 3 of them cooked. That's awesome. Wow, I didn't know that would be that lucky. It took a while, but it happened. So yeah, you guys, if you're planning on buffing using the spicy stew, just know that it took me quite a lot of tries, and it probably take you just as many. Well, hopefully not. I hope it doesn't take you just as many. But I tried getting your cooking up maybe to 66 or 67, 68, or somewhere closer, so it's easier. Message for you, Dairy 50. Molly. Oh my gosh. I haven't had that random event for a while. Okay, well let's go ahead and go through here. Right click carefully on the stuffed snake and use it on Awowogei. And there we go. Okay, and that is completion of the King Awowogei subquest of the Recipe for Disaster. The reward is 1 quest point, 10,000 cooking, 10,000 agility XP, an ability to use the Apatul spell, and, of course, increased access to the Culinaromancer's chest. I'll restart time so you can deal with the Culinaromancer. Here's the little cutscene. Wait, not yet. No, I don't want it to happen yet. What's going on? Oh shit. I should not have given King Awowogei the food. Oh no. Not good. Not good at all. You dared to meddle? But you cannot defeat me. I'll be back. Hooray, he's gone. Okay. Yeah, here's a little cutscene, I guess. I thought that I had to fight him now. I was getting scared because I'm not prepared at all. Well, I guess I'm a little bit prepared, but not really. Okay, so that's the portal I have to go through. But not yet. We need to get prepared. Alright guys, it is time for the final sub-quest, which is the actual main battle, the boss battle of the Culinaromancer. Okay, so important things to know. The stuff I have in my inventory right now is the stuff I'm bringing for the initial fight. You can bank in between. So actually, I don't need these firemen's and this stuff. I didn't have any more food, so it didn't matter anyway. The first guy is relatively easy. For the first guy, all you'll need is food and maybe a spec weapon. And that's about it. The only problem, you cannot use prayer. You cannot use prayer ever when you're in the Culinaromancer, okay? That's one thing. If you die, you will lose all of your items and there's no way of getting them back. The only way to leave is through the ectophile or using the portal. That's about it. So, what I'm going to be wearing is this here. I actually have some broad bolts on and black D-Hive vambraces. This is for later into the boss battle. You don't need it for this first part, but I'm putting it on just so I don't forget it. And then I'm bringing a whip, dragon defender, some pretty good fighter armor. If you do die, you'll lose it, but I have a ring of life and I have the ectophile. If I lose connection, hopefully the ring of life activates. That's pretty much what I have to hope for. And the dragon dagger for a spec weapon, some food, and some super set here. So when I enter the portal, once again, you can leave in between boss battles. So this is just the first one here. The Agrith Nana is going to be the first one we fight. And then we will leave directly after the fight and bank and get more stuff. So here's the first part. You dare come here? Okay. This guy's pretty easy. Just gonna spec him out. There we go. And then whip. I'll pause once he's almost dead. Alright, he is dead. And then this person will say no. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the portal to get out. And we're out. Okay. So the next boss is Flambeed. That Agrith Narwhal guy was pretty easy. I didn't really use that much food. So for Flambeed, it's actually ferried from Desert Treasure, but he's, you know, dressed up differently. And he's also level 149 now. But if you remember from Desert Treasure, that part, you actually needed ice gloves. So wield those. You'll need of course, you need ice gloves to wield a weapon, otherwise he'll get rid of it. You need lots of food. And if you're maging, which I'm not, use water spells. And if you're ranging, use ice arrows. You can snare him, run away, then mage him, so you'd only use a little bit of food. I'm going to go ahead and use just the normal way. And I'll actually bring some tuna potatoes to help me out a little bit. So ice gloves, whip, I got this as a spec weapon. Before I enter, I'll make sure that my spec recharges. So I'm going to wait for that, and I'll see you guys then. Okay, I guess I have enough spec at this point. I want to get this over with. So let's go ahead and pot up. Make sure you have your ice gloves on. Enter the portal. Remember, you cannot use prayers, so... Yep, oh well. Ow, okay. Well, he's not hitting anything with a mage, at least, right now. See the shark? That scared me for a second. I didn't hit for a while. I thought I lost connection. I've heard so many stories on the old school Reddit of people losing connection during this. I really hope you guys don't. Try to make sure that the day that you're playing is a good server day. If it's a bad server day, sometimes it can be bad. And you do not want to die and lose your stuff. Oh, he drops a lot of cake. Alright, so this is the next boss. Let's get prepared for the next boss. Okay, so this next boss is the reason that we have the restore potion. Oh, actually, sorry, I've got some things I want to change. So I'm going to go ahead and, you want to set up for a good spell that you are well above the level for. So, for example, the spell that I am using is Fire Blast. And Fire Blast I am pretty high above the level for. It's fire, actually, yeah, a fire spell. So if you don't have the level for Fire Blast, use Fire Bolt, although I hope you have the level for Fire Blast. And this is why you bring the Super Restore for this part. So set your auto attack to this, and when we go in there, what we're going to want to do is we're actually going to want to get right next to her, and use our spell then. We'll actually walk right next to her, because if we walk right next to her, she'll use her melee attacks, and her melee attacks don't do that much damage compared to her her mage attacks, which do a lot of damage, but she will still occasionally use mage attacks on you if you're right next to her, but not as often. So I have my spell ready. I got my restore in position and my active file in position just in case. Got my ring of life. Yep. Alright, here we go. Walk up right next to her. There we go. And here's my Fire Blast. She does freeze you. And that does lower your stats. It's actually getting lowered even more. Ah, stop it. Oh, lowered too much. There we go. Oh, she's using range. It's weird. It's like she's pretending she has a crossbow, but really she doesn't. Okay, and she's dead. And before the next person comes out, exit the portal. Okay, here we are. So I'm gonna go ahead and get suited up for the next battle. Okay, so this next guy, from what I can find, I don't think he lowers your stats. So I just brought, but he's from Desert Treasure, so he's mage attacks work better on him. So I'm using my highest mage attack I can, which is Earth Wave. If he does lower my stats, I did bring a Super Restore. So here we go. Ow. He hurts. He's apparently a dessert, I think. Dessert. Ow. It does do a little bit of damage, sure. But I'm also doing quite a little bit of damage. So. All good. And he's dead. Okay. And next boss. Okay, so it is time for the Dagonoth Mother. She is the last boss before the Culinaromancer himself. And I think that I'll be able to kill both the Dagonoth Mother and the Culinaromancer in the same session. So we will see. So what I'm bringing with me is I'm bringing a full set of rims just like I did before. You can bring Mystic or whatever you want. Mystic boots, Mystic gloves. You want runes for each type of spell. So I have Wind Wave, Water Wave, Earth Wave, and Fire Blast because I can't use Fire Wave. So you need each one of those. You also need melee and ranged, and I also have a spec weapon. So when I'm using range, I'll just switch like that, and it'll all work out. So I'm not going to set a spell because it's different every time. I'll probably just have to click. But yeah, this should be interesting. It's like the Dagganoth Mother from Horror from the Deep. It's the same thing. Which you should have had to have done for this quest anyway. Okay, so white, that is Wind Wave. Oh, that's water. Oh shit. Jeez. Is that fire? No, it's not fire. I think this is melee or ranged, one of the two. Looks like it's ranged. Is it ranged? Cannot tell. Well, I guess this is where you'll... Oh, okay, never mind. Is that earth? I think that's earth. Oh. Should use a wave, shouldn't I? Not good at this. It's fire. Ah! Alright, there we go. She'll just randomly, like, hit a lot. It's kind of like the Culinaromancer. The Culinaromancer is the same way. He'll not hit that much, but then it'll randomly hit, like, a lot. Okay, green, that's earth. Right? Or is this range? Yeah, this is range. Green is ranged, orange is melee. That's what you have learnt from my not knowing initially. These hybrid strats. Ah, if I can actually click the Dagganoth Mother, this would work. Jeez. Actually, a galley, I don't even know. I don't even know how to pronounce that at all. Use quick prayers? No. Probably gonna have to bank after this. It's not going too well. Alright, so we learned this is melee. I'm not gonna spec out because I want you to do that for the Culinaromancer. We'll see if we can kill him quick. Shoot. What is that? I forget what that is. Earth. Not risk it and just bank after this. Alright, let's bank. I don't think I have enough food, and I don't want to, you know, die, because that would suck. So for this guy, this will help out anyway, because for this guy, we're going to set up for some melee, because that's all we're going to use. He's relatively easy, though, I've heard. So let's go ahead and put on our melee stuff. Our adamant gloves will soon be switched out for some Barrow's gloves. I know I can buy dragon gloves right now, but they cost stuff, so I'm not going to. And let's get that out. We got our spec weapon. We need more food. I might actually be almost out. I am out. Almost out. Let's get some swordfish to finish off. That should be fine. Okay. And we will pot up before we go in. And we'll get our spec weapon ready. Apparently his mage is what hits the most, or hits the highest, but he doesn't use it that much. Alright, here we go. He does use it a lot. Going quicker. Ah. One more hit. And he's dead. Yes. And then he explodes into a bunch of food and donuts and everything and cake and good work. I think that'd be the last to see him. He better come back now. Yes. That is the end of the Recipe for Disaster quest that I've been doing for more than 2 years. So here we go. The reward is 1 quest point, a 20 key XP lamp, and full access to the Culinaromancer's chest. Alright, I should probably decide what I want to use this 20k on. Probably use it on Hunter, shouldn't I? Because Hunter's really annoying. I just don't like Hunter. Ah, I need 50. Then we'll do Agility, because Agility is the second most annoying skill. 20k Agility. And that gives me 57 Agility. Awesome. Okay, so if we go ahead and... oh, okay. We buy food. Is it buy food or is it buy items down there? Let me get some. I don't actually know how much it is. Let's see. If we buy items here now. Right there. There's the Barrow's gloves. They cost 130k. So I'll buy 3 of them, and that should be good forever. All right. So I'll put those in my tab here next to this stuff here. We'll bank everything I have. And that's it, guys. Let's check out the stats of the Barrow's gloves. This has been a long time coming episode. It's been recorded over more than a year, although most of the recording was done a year ago. I just, for some reason, didn't get the cooking requirement until yesterday. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.